UFC Riyadh, Saudi Arabia is this Saturday, and we have 11 fights, and I'm going to be going through each and every one of them, starting at the bottom, working my way to the top, giving a quick pick and all my favorite bets on this entire card. There's a couple that I'm still looking at, but I already have some locked in. So let's get into it, man. Leave a like on the video. Let me know in the comments your favorite bets on this card, and don't miss Wager Wars. We did do it earlier today at 8:30 Eastern, so if you missed it, check the replay on the live tab on my channel. You can catch that right now, and I will add timestamps to it. So check that out. But make sure you're subscribed. Turn those post notifications on so you can catch the next one live next week, because we're doing that every single week with 2 new guests every single week. But let's get into it, man. First fight on the card, we got Hamdi Abdelawab taking on Jamal Pogues. I lean Pogues, but just going to probably lay off this one. This is one I'd want to see the weigh-ins at least for both these guys. Hamdi with the long layoff, the steroid, the PED infraction. Jamal Pogues has kind of gone up and down in weight. So I'd want to see him at the weigh-ins. But I'm going to stick with my pick of Pogues, but I'm just not confident. I'm going to say Pogues wins a decision, but, you know, there could be some hometown cooking, or maybe Hamdi comes in looking good. I'm not super confident in that one. But next up, we got Bogdan Grad taking on Lucas Alexander. I'm on the Grad side. I did fade him in that Contender Series fight, but I still think he's good, and I think stylistically, I think he can present some problems here. The striking's going to be close. Lucas is probably going to have a speed, a little bit more athletic on the feet, but I think Bogdan can get some takedowns here. I don't hate that 8-1 sub prop. I haven't bet it yet, but I'm kind of considering it. But I think I'm going to bet the money line. It's just the line's been moving my direction, so it's like plus 105 right now for Grad. So I'm going to stick with the underdog, slight underdog. And I'm going to stick with Bogdan. Take him decision or sub. But that sub 8-1 is kind of calling my name. Next up, we got Jasmine Jasdavicius taking on Mara Bueno Silva. I'm on Jasmine, but I'm just not confident enough to lay that like 3-1 that she is now. I believe she is. I think she wins the fight. Minus 260. But, Myra could hit that armbar from guard. Maybe she can catch her some on the feet. But I think Jasmine gets her down. Maybe she can ground and pound her. I saw plus 550 inside the distance, but it's probably going to be a decision. But I'm not going to lay that chalk. So, Jasmine. I'm still battling that cold, but we'll move on to this next one, though. Terrence McKinney taking on Damir Hadzvik. I think T-Rex gets him down. Submission round 1. But, the line's just so wide. I was thinking about, just because of the line, Damir by knockout is like 8-1. Plus 750 if depending on the book, but I don't hate that because that's his path, and we've seen Terrence get finished. He's been knocked out 5 times. Maybe Damir can pull it off, but I gotta go with Terrence. Line wise, I wouldn't play it, but it is what it is. Next up, we got Shamil Gaziev taking on Thomas Peterson. I did find a prop I like on this because I do feel like I got to pick Gaziev, but the line's just way too wide. Minus 400, big sloppy heavyweight. Just got exposed in that Rosenstruck fight. Peterson's looked pretty solid. Obviously, the Pogues fight was not great, but, I like the fight ends in KO. Minus 103 on Bet Rivers right now. You can still get that. I like that, man. I think Gaziev early, Peterson late. I think this fight ends in a TKO either way. So give me Gaziev by KO, but I'll just take the fight ends KO. Sorry. Moving on, we got Muhammad Naimov taking on Khan Offley. I'm really confident in Naimov here, man. I think he's just the better fighter everywhere. I'm going to pick him to win by KO, but I parlayed him up in my one parlay on the card. And pretty confident in him, man. We'll move on to the second leg of the parlay. We got Fares Ziam taking on Mike Davis. Mike Davis hasn't been able to be active. He's had some injuries. Ziam is getting better. He's worked on the takedown defense. He's finally got a finish. It was a brutal one. But I just think Mike Davis can mix in the grappling, be the better, more well-rounded guy with the high fight IQ, and get it done here. Maybe submission, maybe decision. I don't think, I lean towards a decision, but, we'll see. But I parlayed him up with Naimov. That got me plus 133, and I like that, man. I think that's going to cash, so it is what it is. That's how I choose to play it. Moving on to the next one, we got Said Nurmagomedov taking on Vinicius Oliveira. Really interesting fight. When it was plus 175, I was thinking Oliveira, but overall, the Nurmagomedov name, You got a Muslim with Nurmagomedov as his last name, a Russian, with the Dagestani beard, kinda. He's got his own little version of it, but if it's close, if it goes to decision, who he's never been finished, then you got to think they'll probably edging it to him. Vinicius, maybe he can get caught by one of those front chokes. I don't know. I lean Saeed, but I can't be super confident, man. Vinicius is an absolute beast. If somebody could finish Saeed, it'd be him. And he is super inactive, man. Vinicius has got a lot of hype. He's got a lot of momentum right now, so maybe he can do it. But I got to lean Saeed. No bet, though. Moving on, we got Sergey Pavlovich taking on Jairzinho Rozenstruik. I was tempted on the Rozenstruik side, man. He's made me some money in the past. I do think this line's a little wide. He is a good counter striker. He does have enough power. Pavlovich, bad performance in his last fight. Before that, he got knocked out. Maybe the confidence is low. He was looking pretty broke in that Volkov fight. Not just during the fight, but definitely after. So do you really want to lay 3-1? I don't. But, Rozenstruik, I don't know. I think Pavlovich wins, but I don't hate this one like a fight ends KO. But, didn't play it. Tempted on just playing the money line on Rozenstruik, but nothing yet. Maybe I'll look at the weigh-in, keep watching. Maybe the line goes to like 3-1 and I'm forced to take it. But the pick is Pavlovich, but I do think the line's wide. It's dog or pass. It's going to be a pass for now. Co-main event, we got Shara versus MVP. Man, I was tempted on the MVP side, but it's just, I feel like, again, Shara, another one of these guys is a super fan favorite out here. He's only fights out here for a reason, and so they're going to keep building his fan base out here. And, so if it goes to decision, which I lean towards it going to decision, you got to think they're going to edge it to him. But at the same time, MVP could catch him. He dog walked Holland, but he didn't finish Holland. So, if he dog walks him that bad, they're going to give him the decision. But, if he's not coming close to a finish, I don't know if they're going to give him the decision, man. Undefeated, Magomedov, only fights out here. Like, he's got to make it decisive. And, MVP, it couldn't, if it ends up being like a slow, low-volume kickboxing match, that's where he shines. But, it's like, the weight class does concern me a little, the age, where some of the things he's saying in the pre-fight. I just don't know how locked in he is, how much he cares about wins and losses. I don't know, man. The lines came down at this point. I'm going to stick with Shara by decision, but, no bet for me. I have been wanting to fade Shara, but, man, I don't know. I'm going to hate myself if MVP catches him, but it is what it is. Main event time, we got Israel Adesanya taking on Nasruddin Imavov. And I had to go with the underdog, man. I like Izzy. Even though I used to kind of be a hater, he's been unlikable for some of his career. He's been a lot easier to root for lately. So this is kind of a win-win, man. If I'm wrong, I'll be happy to see Izzy back. Maybe he gets a title shot. Who knows? He'd probably be fighting the winner of Hamzat versus the winner of Strickland and DDP rematch. Unless Strickland wins, maybe they do the trilogy. Hamzat's probably next, and then maybe Izzy would be in the mix. Obviously, he's a star. And still, hey, if he beat Imavov, the momentum he's on, it'd be rightfully so. But just haven't loved how he's been looking. He put a little muscle on in that last fight, but then I've never seen him gas out like that. And then some of the things he's saying in the pre-fight, he's already climbed that mountain. Now he's 35. Does he want to climb it again? He's mostly talking about fun fights and doing exciting stuff and doesn't care about belts and doesn't care about wins. I don't know, man. I got to go with the young, hungry guy who's only looking better and better. Maybe he can mix in the grappling. That would definitely be a good path to at least mix it up. But on the feet, if they go 25 minutes, yeah, it's tough to beat Izzy there. But I'm gonna have to take the plus 153 is what I bet him at on Bovada. He's like plus 140 now. I still think there's a little value there personally, but hey, maybe Izzy can get it done one more time at least. I'm going to go Imavov. I'm going to take him. Probably decision, but, maybe he could find a submission. If Izzy truly is cooked, maybe Imavov gets the submission. But I don't know about path, but I'm going to go with the underdog. So my bets, I have Imavov plus 153. I have I will be betting Grod. I'm going to wait and see where that ends up, that line. I have Gaziev versus Peterson, ins KO minus 103. And then I have Naimov parlayed up with Davis plus 133. Only 4 bets, so it's light for me so far, but there's only 11 fights. And it's just, I love the fight entertainment wise. There's not a lot of bets that I love so far. There's still some more I'm interested in. Check out Wager Wars on the live tab on my channel. Subscribe, like the video, turn those post notifications on. Let me know in the comments your bets. I will catch you guys on Saturday. Until then, man, peace.